Hello everyone, and welcome to Detective Story 86. Throughout history, some murder cases have been solved thanks to forensic advancements and relentless investigations. However, there are cases so mysterious that even the most skilled detectives have failed to uncover the truth. Today, we'll be diving into 7 legendary murder cases that remain unsolved to this day. These chilling stories have sparked endless theories, but no definitive answers. Get ready, because some of these cases are truly disturbing. Number 7. The Isdal Woman. On November 29, 1970, the charred remains of an unidentified woman were discovered in Norway's remote Isdalen Valley, earning her the nickname the Isdal Woman. Her body was badly burned, and around her lay an eerie collection of objects: a bottle of sleeping pills, a packed lunch, and partially burned clothing. Strangely, all labels had been removed from her belongings, making identification nearly impossible. A deeper investigation revealed even more bizarre details. The woman had checked into multiple hotels under different aliases, using forged passports. Witnesses described her as well-dressed, speaking several languages, and often meeting with unknown men. Some speculated she was a spy at the height of the Cold War, involved in secret intelligence activities. An autopsy found high levels of sleeping pills in her system, leading authorities to rule her death as a probable suicide. However, many remain unconvinced due to the suspicious circumstances. Why were her fingerprints sanded off? Why had she taken such elaborate measures to hide her identity? Despite forensic advancements and DNA testing, her true identity and the mystery behind her death remain unsolved. Was she a spy silenced by powerful forces? Or was she running from something or someone who ultimately caught up with her? The case of the Isdal woman continues to perplex investigators, cementing its place as one of Norway's greatest mysteries. Number 6. The Boy in the Box. On February 25, 1957, the battered body of a young boy, estimated to be around 4 to 6 years old, was discovered in a cardboard box in a wooded area of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The child was naked, malnourished, and bore signs of prolonged abuse, with bruises covering his body and his hair crudely cut. The box he was found in had once contained a bassinet, hinting at a possible connection to a local store. Despite an extensive investigation, law enforcement was unable to determine the boy's identity or the circumstances of his death. The case became widely known as the Boy in the Box, or America's Unknown Child. Investigators followed numerous leads, including a theory that he may have been from an orphanage or an abusive household, but no definitive answers emerged. In 2002, a woman known as M came forward with a shocking claim. She alleged that the boy was named Jonathan and had been purchased by her abusive mother, who then subjected him to severe mistreatment before ultimately killing him. However, authorities could not verify her story due to inconsistencies. In 2022, after decades of mystery, advancements in forensic genealogy finally identified the boy as Joseph Augustus Zarelli. Yet, while his name is now known, the circumstances of his tragic death remain unsolved. Who was responsible? And why did no one claim him when he disappeared? The Boy in the Box remains one of America's most heartbreaking and haunting mysteries. Number 5. The Axeman of New Orleans. Between 1918 and 1919, the city of New Orleans was gripped by fear as a brutal serial killer known as the Axeman terrorized its residents. The mysterious figure would break into homes at night, attacking his victims with an axe, often using the very axe that belonged to the victims themselves. Most of the targets were Italian-American grocers, leading some to believe the attacks were racially or criminally motivated. The Axeman's reign of terror escalated when he sent a chilling letter to a local newspaper claiming to be a supernatural being from the hottest hell. In the letter, he warned that he would strike again on a particular night, but promised to spare any home where jazz music was playing. That night, the entire city filled with jazz tunes, and no murders were reported, adding to the legend of this eerie killer. Despite several suspects being interrogated and numerous theories arising over the years, the axeman was never caught. The murders stopped as suddenly as they began, leaving historians and crime enthusiasts baffled. Was he a serial killer with a twisted sense of humor, or was there a more sinister force at play? The true identity of the axeman remains a mystery, making this case one of the most chilling, unsolved crimes in American history. Number 4. The Hinterkaifeck murders. One of the most chilling, unsolved murder cases in history took place in Germany in 1922. The Hinterkaifeck murders occurred on a small, isolated farmstead in Bavaria, where 6 members of the Gruber family were brutally killed with a pickaxe. A few days before the murders, Andreas Gruber, the family patriarch, reported seeing strange footprints in the snow leading to his house, but none leading back out. He also heard eerie sounds coming from the attic. However, no one could be found when he searched the area. On the night of March 31st, 1922, someone lured the family members into the barn one by one and murdered them with a pickaxe. The killer then entered the house and killed the maid and the youngest child. What makes this case even more terrifying is that the murderer appeared to stay on the farm for days after the crime. Neighbors reported seeing smoke coming from the chimney, and food from the kitchen was eaten. The farm animals were also fed, suggesting the killer had been living there. Despite multiple investigations and various suspects over the years, no one was ever caught. Theories range from a vengeful neighbor to an unknown drifter, or even a family member. The Hinterkaifeck murders remain one of the most disturbing and baffling crimes in German history. Number 3. The Zodiac Killer. The Zodiac Killer is one of the most enigmatic and terrifying serial killers in American history. He operated in Northern California during the late 1960s and early 1970s, taunting law enforcement and the media with cryptic letters and ciphers. The first confirmed murders attributed to the Zodiac Killer occurred in December 1968, when high school students Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday were shot near Vallejo, California. Over the next few years, more victims followed, with the killer changing his methods, sometimes shooting, other times stabbing. What made the Zodiac Killer unique was his obsession with attention. He sent coded messages to newspapers demanding they be published or else more people would die. Some of his ciphers have been solved, but others remain a mystery to this day. In his letters, he even claimed to have killed 37 people, though only 5 victims have been officially confirmed. Despite massive investigations and multiple suspects, the identity of the Zodiac Killer remains unknown. Over the years, many theories have surfaced, with suspects ranging from convicted criminals to former military personnel. In 2021, a group of investigators claimed to have identified the Zodiac, but authorities have yet to confirm their findings. The Zodiac Killer's eerie letters and unsolved codes continue to captivate true crime enthusiasts, keeping this case one of the greatest mysteries in criminal history. Number 2. The Black Dahlia. On January 15, 1947, a woman's body was discovered in a vacant lot in Los Angeles, California. The body was later identified as 22-year-old Elizabeth Short, an aspiring actress. The brutality of the crime shocked the public and remains one of Hollywood's most infamous unsolved murders. Elizabeth Short's body was found cut in half at the waist with a chilling level of precision. There was no blood at the crime scene, leading investigators to believe she had been killed elsewhere before being carefully placed in the empty lot. Her face had been slashed from ear to ear in what is known as the Glasgow Smile. The press sensationalized the case, giving her the nickname the Black Dahlia due to her dark hair and the rumors that she often wore black clothing. The investigation saw hundreds of suspects questioned, but none were ever convicted. Over the years, numerous theories have emerged, including the possibility that her killer was a doctor due to the surgical nature of her wounds. Some believe she was killed as part of a Hollywood cover-up, while others suggest a serial killer was behind her death. Despite extensive efforts, the case remains unsolved, leaving Elizabeth Short's tragic fate a dark mystery in Los Angeles history. Number 1. Jack the Ripper. Our first case takes us to England in the year 1888. Jack the Ripper is one of the most infamous serial killers in history, terrorizing the Whitechapel district of London. His victims were mainly female sex workers, and his method of killing was exceptionally gruesome. The murderer was known for slashing the throats of his victims before brutally mutilating their bodies. In some cases, he even removed internal organs, leading investigators to believe that he might have had medical knowledge. Jack the Ripper taunted the police by sending cryptic letters, some of which included disturbing details about his crimes. One of the most famous letters, known as the Dear Boss letter, was signed with the name Jack the Ripper, which became his infamous moniker. Despite multiple investigations and countless theories over the years, his identity remains unknown. Some theories suggest he was a doctor, a butcher, or even a member of the royal family. Even with modern forensic techniques, the true identity of Jack the Ripper continues to elude historians and crime experts. The legend of Jack the Ripper lives on, making this one of the greatest mysteries in criminal history. And that concludes our list of 7 legendary unsolved murders. These chilling cases continue to baffle investigators and fuel countless theories. Despite decades of speculation, the truth behind these crimes remains hidden, leaving behind only questions and eerie mysteries. Which case do you find the most fascinating? Do you think any of these murders will ever be solved? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Detective Story 86 for more intriguing crime stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.